All right. Hi, this is Christian Moore with the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation, and here with me today is Eileen Mullen. And Eileen, I'm going to let you tell me what your title is because it is very long and it's a tongue twister.
It is a little bit of a tongue twister. My program is the Crawford County K-12 Career Education Alliance program, which falls under the auspices of the Chamber of Commerce Foundation.
And I know that I've spent a lot of time volunteering with your organization. Well, maybe not enough time, a little bit of time. In that each year, often when we're not in a pandemic or something other comes up, I do mock interviews with your program at high schools throughout the county. I think I've been to Cache, Sagertown, Cambridge Springs, and Cochranton is the one I usually do for those. So that's a small part of what you do, but what is it that you're really focused on doing day to day?
So mock interviews are one of the things that we do, and I really value that because that's when the community really shows up and really connects with the students. And that's where the school districts partner with the community so that we can help the students be better prepared for the workforce. Everything our program does is career exploration in nature. And so a lot of times kindergarten through sixth grade, that's sort of career awareness, right? Working and supporting the guidance counselors to help students understand the multiple jobs that are out there. And then moving into sort of that 7th and 8th grade year where we start to correlate their interest and aptitude. What do I like? What am I good at? What subjects am I good at? What skills do I have? How do we correlate that into career? And then, like you mentioned, mock interviews. In high school, we really start to work on employability skills. This is preparing the students for their future career, and it's helping them sort of transition from school to work. And we understand that all students will have a different pathway, and we value that, right? We encourage that. Some will go to college, some will go to a trade school, some will go right into the workforce. Some hopefully have gone to the Career and Technical Center, Crawford Tech, maybe even done a co-op to work during school. Some will do an apprenticeship. So we want to make students aware of that too. So everything we do is really career exploration or working on pre-employability. I appreciate all the businesses and individuals right now that are watching this video and saying, because that means they want to give, right? So any of the agencies, any of the programs that they're considering giving to, we thank you because we need the community support. Any little bit of funds that anybody provides for us, that's how these small nonprofits thrive, right? Volunteerism and support from the community. So I thank them in advance. I will say, when they donate to the Crawford County K-12 Career Education Alliance, they are actually helping also to educate and prepare the workforce of tomorrow. So there's a little bit of an investment for them and a reward back for them too. Yeah,
it serves the community, exactly. And I know that when you're talking to students, whether it's in the summer at your career camp at Crawford Tech, or just in the classroom work that you do, that you kind of have a mantra that you help students with, that you recite to kind of get them prepared for what it's like in the workforce. Could you share that with us?
You've always liked that. Yes. As a matter of fact, I will tell you that there's a guidance counselor in Conneaut Valley who is phenomenal, who picked up on it too. After I told her about it, and she introduced it to some of her career exploration videos. So I appreciated that. I typically say, you can learn the hard skills, right? You can go to school, you can take subjects, you can have jobs, you can go to Career and Technical Center, you can learn those hard skills, how to machine, how to cook. But what employers really want is, I always say, give me 5, right? Show up. I can't believe the amount of businesses that say, we just want someone to show up. We'll train them, we'll educate them. Show up every day, on time, sober and drug-free, with a good attitude, ready to learn. And those are all 5 super important, right? Show up every day. Don't just show up the first week or the second week, every single day. on time. And if you have a flexible schedule, that's great. But also if it's a predetermined time, show up on time. Sober and drug free. That's an issue. It's a safety issue. It's a cognitive issue. It's a responsibility to show up and make sure that your job and you are as productive as you can be with a good attitude. And I will tell you, Christian, that we prepared students to do all of these things in school, but we have to show them that correlation, right? We do expect you to come to school every day, unless you're sick. And that we stress that now. But we do expect you to come to school every day. We expect you to come on time. We expect you to come sober and drug free. We expect you to come with a good attitude. Don't come and put your head on the table or the desk and not pay attention and not learn and not interact and not communicate. All of these skills that we're doing in school right now will prepare them for their future work. But we just want to make that correlation and help them to understand we're all in this together, right? We are invested in them as our future employees in the future workforce of Crawford County and beyond.
Right. And I think that that's something that we both have experienced in our own lives, that those skills are more important in my case than even being intelligent, which, I'm not that smart, but I can do those 5 things and it does really lead to future success. So yes. What kinds of things are students really wanting to know about careers and what the workforce is like?
That's a great question. So, I go into classrooms and I do sessions on resume writing and on interview skills and sometimes work ethic and other soft skills. And they do want to know what makes for a good resume. What are employers looking at? How has technology changed resume writing, which it has, right? Because now we use algorithms and more technology that we want to insert some buzzwords into resumes. They want to look at their career as, they value experience. They value being with their friends, having flexible time, being with their loved ones. So those are important to them. What kind of careers can they be successful and fulfilled and happy, right? And make a family sustaining wage. And we all, that is different for everybody. Some of us need more, some less. Some of us want to own a home. Some of us want to travel. So they have to determine the career for them, right? Based on all those things. But I think the youth of today have a pretty good sense of determining what their priorities are and how does their work fit into that. I also think the youth of today are very good at saying, this is my interest, this is what I like. How can I turn that into a career? My generation, we were more, let's go for the job that's available. And I think the students of today, I self-identify, I'm good at this. This is a gift, this makes me happy. How can I create a career based on that? And I think that's where working with the youth is very exciting. We have a lot to learn. They have a lot to learn from us. We have a lot to learn from them. But if we're all going to work together in the workplace, multi-generational, we all got to work together, right?
And so you're also recruiting volunteers to help out with this. As I mentioned, I've helped out with mock interviews, but there's also other areas that you needed help with.
This part I love about of the Crawford County K-12 Career Education Alliance, the fact that it falls under the Chamber Foundation, super connected to all the folks in the Chamber of Commerce, but also in the schools, the educators, the principals, also the local businesses. I work with NTMA and NTMA Academic Outreach. A lot of the businesses are connected, the post-secondaries. We have a big steering committee. And a lot of good conversation comes from having the right people sit at the table, right? And connect the schools and the businesses and the post-secondaries so that we can all do what's best for the students. But volunteerism really is what makes this program so effective. It connects the community with the students so that they can share sort of what we want to see and how we can best prepare our students for their future. One of the cool things we do is Educator in the Workplace, where we bring teachers, educators, administrators, guidance counselors, higher ed into local manufacturers. so that they have a better understanding of what manufacturing is, because as you know, we need more students, in the trades. We need them in machining, CNC machining, welding, and so we encourage.
And that old idea of what a shop is really outdated.
Right.
To go into some of these high-tech places, you would be surprised at just how clean and efficient these operations are. It's not what a person might think of as stereotypical manufacturing work.
That's exactly right, and that's one of the desired outcomes, right? Is to have educators go in and say, "Oh, it's not dark and dingy and dirty. It's bright. It's high tech. It's people communicating with each other. It's international." Right? We have so many of our local manufacturers have clients all over the world. And then if you bring teachers in and they can see how the subjects they're teaching correlate into certain careers, just say manufacturing, how does trigonometry feed in? How does the communication skills, problem solving, critical thinking, and it helps them to identify students that they have, you know what, I think you'd be an appropriate fit for this career. What's a good pathway? Let's help you with that pathway. It might be going to the Career and Technical Center, might be doing a co-op. It might be thinking about after you graduate, this would be a good, but we are sort of in Crawford County, we got to be all in this together, right? We have to help train and educate our students. We have to build awareness of what the local workforce needs are in Crawford County, because we want to be welcoming. We want our students to graduate and stay here. They're the future of our community. We want to value them. We want to best prepare them. And then we want to embrace them into the workforce.
Yeah, exactly. So Eileen, dollars that you raise through Crawford Gives are going to help how?
So dollars raised can help in so many ways. I always say we make a little money go very, very far, right? So yeah. Yes. So you mentioned Career Camp. And some of the highlights of Career Camp is we try to make it equal opportunity. So money can go to scholarships for Career Camp. Every program that I do, when it is an in-person program and it's taking kids on field trips or camps or activities like that, I need transportation and transportation costs. And again, that transportation makes it equal opportunity. You have to feed the students, right? So food. I like to have t-shirts for some of my programs because I like to identify who my students are, especially if we're, out and about. So I like to see who the students are. Materials. We have materials. A lot of field trips. I like to get students into businesses for sort of a job shadow of sorts as groups or field trips, STEM related or career related. I think that's important. I do special career days for students on the autism spectrum. Their challenges to employment are different than someone that's not, in that certain population. They might be more focused on working on social skills, communication skills. And so, some funds will go towards giving opportunities for those career days as well. Any kind of STEM activity, I often support the schools themselves when they say, we'd like to do a little after school program to help kids who are inclined to be good in STEM so they can work on those skills so that they can see if that's a career they might be interested in. So I've supported those kind of things as well. Educator in the workplace, we need some funds for that as well. And then there's program costs, so it's just, I don't require a ton of program costs, but there are operational costs that we always require as nonprofits.
Sure.
Some, just the operational costs that are important to keep it going. I will say this program really runs on energy. It runs on networking and connecting people, and it runs on the community being willing to work with the students. Like you said, I work a lot with the Career and Technical Center, Crawford Tech. They provide sort of a facility for me to do a lot of these programs, and the schools open their doors and they allow me to do programs that connect them with the community. So it really is sort of the whole community coming together to focus on this goal of career exploration and helping to train and prepare the workforce of tomorrow.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And hopefully a lot of people will come out and support your program during Crawford Gives. Have a great day.
I hope so. And I thank them in advance if they do. I also thank them for giving to any program. Again, all very worthy. And thank you, Christian, because I think Crawford Gives is a great thing that unites our community.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later.